as girls. Life as girls. Life as girls. Life as girls. We have a lot to say and we hope you're listening.
Hello everyone, I'm Olivia with Life as Girls, and summer's here and I'm really glad not to be in school. I don't hate school and I don't hate learning, but I hate boredom, and school is the main thing that causes it. Anywho, today our guest is my good friend Amelia.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is an honor.
Nice. Anyways, so what have you been doing this summer? Like, for example, I heard that you've told me you do horses. Did you do anything related to horses this summer?
I did. So I helped out at my local stable. I was a junior counselor. I also, because I regularly ride in the year. And basically, if I worked, my payment, because I'm too young to get money, would be show credits, because shows are expensive. And they just kind of they're just like money, but for shows. I started as a CIT, that's like a counselor in training, and I was on trial run, so it was free labor, and then I moved up.
Nice.
The second week, I got promoted to junior counselor, and right now, this week, I'm doing a writing camp, because writing is one of the things I do in my free time. Everyone there is so nice and really empathetic.
That's very good.
So what are you up to this summer?
Well, I went to 2 camps. I went to a camp for Program 8 in training, and I had to do a ton of things. I had to redo living unit signs for the backpack tables, and I had to do all of that, and I had to put up with little kids because I had to run stations. We had instructions for the activity that we made, but they didn't
follow them.
They didn't even look at it. It was on the beads. The main thing that you need for the activity, the instructions were there, and the rules and regulations about how many beads, because there's very limited beads in a camp. And those beads have been there for probably since they were made. And
how old is this camp?
Oh, maybe 60 years. I don't know. Not since the beads were made, not the camp.
Yeah, the camp I went to, they had little toys from the 1960s and books from the 1960s with silverfish in the books.
What are
They're these little silverish bugs that crawl over all the books.
Ooh.
And they had the weirdest titles. But I'm so sorry I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, it's no problem. We just went a little off topic. It's all right. And then they just ignored it. One girl literally just
filled it up with beads?
No, the paper was covering a bead, so she just went and opened up the bead drawer. She ripped the bead. Anywho. And then I did in my other camp. I was doing climbing, and climbing we got to climb and zip line, and it was really fun. But the entire program, the name of the camp was Climb On. The name of the program was Climb On. We only climbed once in the entire week. I just found it strange, but at least we got to climb. So. Anyways, we both did some camp-related things, so where we had leadership responsibilities. Did you like being a junior counselor?
Okay, I liked hanging out with horses. These were the horses that I knew and that I'd ridden, and I wanted to share that experience because how I started riding horses was camp. But there were just some kids, I pity teachers. And yeah, that's what I learned. But I guess maybe liking kids comes with time. I don't know how my parents put up with me. But I'm still a child, so there's that. And my parents, like, they obviously love me because they're my parents, but I just didn't have that familiar attachment. So kids calling me dumb was not endearing. Or telling me that what I was doing, who's been riding horses for 6, almost 7 years, was doing something incorrect, versus this kid who's first day ever even seeing a horse. On the positive side, I learned patience and responsibility, which is something I definitely need. And, I've learned that, it might not be my thing to pick up, but I'm going to pick it up anyway because that's my duty to the community. And, yeah.
Yeah. On the note of kids, my troop did this, like, brunch thingy, like a teddy bear tea party kind of thing. Like, where you brought your own stuffy and you dressed up like a princess and these, like, brownies and daisies came. And, like, my troop hosted it and we went to, like, a park.
Did you dress up as a princess?
I have, like, multiple fancy dresses that I have no occasion to use them. I just like them. They're poofy and pretty, so I bought them.
Yeah, you want to feel like a pretty princess.
I wore a bright red, like this level thickness of poofiness on both sides. And I was just like this. And I put lipstick. I had glitter. And I was like...
Period diva.
Yeah. And, like, I understand your frustration with little kids because we were with brownies and daisies. The daisies were amazing. They were, they were so kind and all of that. And this one the kids, they can get so random at times. Like, I was reading a book about a bear that made friends with a party or something. And this one girl goes... I like potatoes.
She just liked potatoes. So what was your program aid in training like? Like, what was that like? Because you don't seem to like kids, so how was that?
I do like kids. I like them, but they can get difficult at times. But I do work a lot with... I learn in school, I volunteered to help the special needs kids, like with PE.
Twinsies.
Nice. And, like, so I definitely learned a lot of patience and, stuff because it's very different. Like, little kid, big kid, special needs, like, something, like, they have to go through other things.
Like ADHD, they could have severe ADHD or, like, autism.
Yeah, and they, they weren't exposed to, like, different things that we were exposed to, like, being roamed free with a bunch of random kids who, like, know different things. So we, like, then you, like, learn things, and they don't have the same experience. So it makes it very different when you're talking to them versus talking to one of your friends.
And you don't have the same experience with other things. So you don't dislike children.
I don't
there's some kids who they get on your nerves sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
like you said, you pity teachers.
Yeah, so how was program training in the 8?
It was really...
Program 8 and training.
It was really fun. We got to do a ton of things. My cabin mates were amazing. I made tons of new friends. And a lot of little girls, all the little girls, they were so nice. But, like, some just don't listen. And I get it. I was a kid. We
didn't listen when we were kids.
Yeah,
so.
We still are kids, but, like, I didn't listen when I was the size of a jelly bean. Because they're so small.
You were still in your mother's womb when you were the size of a jelly bean. But yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I'm like...
We're still children.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. But the one thing I really didn't enjoy about either camps was the ant bites. I believe... this is my personal opinion, and I believe that many people will agree with me, but ants and mosquitoes can extinctify. So also, let's talk about some social media influences. Like, what effect do you see about social media? Like when
I could tell some stories.
Like when the parents give their 3-year-old a tablet and an iPhone 50.
and
This is like speaking in the
Sephora
future.
gift cards. Yeah, I think it's gotten way worse with the social media influence because we were kids. We were gross. We picked our noses. We were 6 once upon a time. Like, once upon a time, I mean 6 years ago. But I think with social media influence, it's gotten a lot worse. Now it's like Italian brain rot. And why are you learning so much makeup? You're 6. Again, with the social media influence, they're like, you on your For You page. Oh, I want to be like them. They're skinny. They're pretty. Even though they're like 20 years older than me, I want to be that too. So I need to go to Sephora every day until I'm dead.
Yeah, the little girls, how do you know, like a necklace and you know had like a bunch of like different colors and it like tucked into like a vest or something that she was wearing, like a pocket thing. And like I was like, your necklace is so pretty. Does it have a charm? And it was like, you know, a lip gloss thingy from Claire's. But
Claire's is cute.
she took out the thing and put plumper. Like she like iced the plumper thing and put it.
You know, I see that all the time on like ASMR vids, and I think that's where the kids are getting the ideas. But the problem is, you're 6, you don't need lip plumper. You're 4 years old,
Exactly.
you don't need anti-wrinkler. You need wrinkler. You literally look like a potato. Yeah, like potatoes are like kind of plump.
I mean, I guess they are. Anywho, so yeah, and like the kids, I was going to a Sephora once, and I was, I was being very, nice to all the ladies, and I was like, do you have any eyeshadow? And like the lady was like, of course. Like, what's your price range? And I was also looking for like Summer Fridays at the time because I like.
So I love Summer Fridays.
I like the.
It's just a little
look.
pop of color.
It's just a little butter bomb, and like she was like, yes, we have that as well. It's right over there on that mandala, as you can see. If you need any help, just call me. My name is, I forgot.
Well.
And, I was over there, and these little girls were like, oh my god, where's the Summer Fridays collection?
They
Oh
don't
my
even have
god,
their
there's the
baby
lip
tooth in.
plumper. Oh my god, there's the blackhead peel-off mask or whatever.
This is a crazy experience that happened to me once, or I've seen it happen. I didn't happen to me. I was in Sephora, and I'm strolling. I was there to window shop, and I'm looking at the makeup products because a girl can dream. I wear like blush on occasion and like mascara, but I was going in like the foundation and all that, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And I see these like 5-year-olds running there, grabbing foundation, telling their like parent, mommy, obviously, you're gonna need this. And I was like, okay, poor child. Hey, how do you know what foundation is? Why are you in the store? Why are you? I felt so bad for that mother, and the mother was like, you know what, honey, you're right. Do you want to get some too? That's not how you raise a child. Is that just me?
Parent, like, I understand, like, wanting to do gentle parenting, wanting to be super nice to your kid, because maybe when you were growing up, something else.
Traumatic parent.
Yeah.
We don't want that to happen.
You don't want to do that to your kid, so you become overly nice. This is just like an example, a wild thought. I'm
But
not
there's like
saying
a difference.
that.
There's a difference
Yeah,
between strict parents and there's a difference between parents who are
like
pushovers.
responsible. There's a difference between gentle parenting that are like, please get whatever you want, be happy. Don't talk to me, you're mean. Go to Sephora.
That's probably what I'll do when I'm a parent.
Card. Please don't bully me anymore. And then there's the responsible parents. So you are too young to be having lip plumper, mascara, and all that stuff. You can go to Claire's and get a lip gloss necklace.
And get like I understand people who are like, okay, why don't you paint your nails? Because I don't want to see a 6-year-old with acrylics. I don't wear acrylics.
Exactly. Like the little girls are like, mother, look. Like the junk elephant potion phase. Like all of these, I was like, like browsing. Like through Sephora once, the same day I was looking for eyeshadow and Summer Fridays. And they were like, oh my god, they're out of this product. And this girl was like, I want more. Get me more.
When I was a kid, I was in my backyard making potions out of...
Yeah, I would grab pool water, regular water, mix it
with some
put
grass.
in dirt, drown a worm in the pool, drown another worm in the sink, crush them up and like put them in and be like, I save
We got a maniac here.
random people from disease with this.
So, are you going on any vacations this summer?
I am. So, yeah, I'm gonna be vacationing on a cruise in Greece, and
Fancy McGee.
anything. Are you doing anything?
Okay. I wish, like, you know, I'm not going on any vacations. My idea of a vacation is in my bath doing, you know, like putting Taylor Swift, Conan Gray, and Marina at top volume while
Making potions.
Yeah, and like, you know, probably there's a book in me that's gonna get ruined with how wet it is. And, you know, so there's bubbles. You know, I'm not going on any vacations, but I wish though. Greece, that's so nice. Is there any particular reason you want to go to Greece?
Oh, it wasn't my choice. It's actually for my sister. Like she's turning 15, and she got the choice of a quinceañera, like a big party.
I know what a quinceañera is. Oh, right. Yeah, that's what a quinceañera is.
A quinceañera is a big party in different cultures. And so she had the choice of a quinceañera or a trip, and she chose a trip. Originally it was to Britain, but then she was like, oh my goodness, I'm a beach girly. I'm just saying that because, like, not to sound like me, but, like, she just, like, you know, she got a phone, she, like, had, like, saw
She
things.
was in her
and
era.
Yeah, and she's in
beach
her
girl
era of beachiness. I totally respect that. I think beaches are beautiful. I think all of this stuff is very beautiful. It's not exactly, like,
Your aesthetic, but...
not my aesthetic. I'm more plants. And she went to Greece. And I'm very glad she chose that, because now I can go to Greece.
And
Beaches!
it'll be all that fun.
Yeah, so we're going on a cruise for 3 weeks, and we're, like, going to an island every day. Yeah. And can we, like, backtrack to, like, the beginning? In the intro I said, I am very excited not to be in school. Are you doing, like, any, like, summer tutoring stuff? Because I am. Apparently math doesn't know what summer break is.
Yeah.
Apparently my mother doesn't know summer means no math. But she is. I'm going to be grateful for this one day when I am in algebra class and I'm like, oh my goodness, I did this in summer. Yay.
Yeah, so for me, we have like an entire skill plan of iExcel. iExcel is this math, it's a math website where it poses the question, you answer it, and you click submit, and you have a little score, and you want to get to 100, and if you get like one question wrong, it's gonna get your score down by like 6. But if you're in the challenging zone, it goes by 8, and you get less points the more you go on, so you have to answer more questions. I also have to do a big math book, which is crazy because the math teacher we had this year is not going to be our math teacher next year. I have to watch some French shows, which I've got nothing against that. I'll just put like my favorite shows on and just put them in French. I used to do that all the time, so that'll be good. But yes, the teachers just don't know what the word break means. I just wish summer would be more of a break.
Speaking of iExcel, do you have any iExcel trauma of like just like sitting there in a puddle of tears like, I don't know this question. I've been stuck on it for 2 hours and I got one question wrong and it restarted me. I was this close to... Do you have anything like that?
Yes, so actually... sort of, you know how your parents are like, why are you spending so long? You're not doing iExcel. You've got to be doing something else on that computer. And then they check my history and I'm just doing iExcel.
And then I'm just like...
Yeah, I'm sorry, but division is, yeah, I like division. You know, I'm pretty good at math. I have like an A in math. But I don't want to do math over my holidays. So that's why I think it's kind of triggering for me, which is why over the winter break when we had to do some IXLs, I did some, and it was on division, long division, long division. And we don't learn long division at my school because it's a French school, so we learn a different way of doing division. So I had no idea what I was doing, and I want to watch the show. I want to watch the clip on how to do with the division, but their voice is just, I can't listen to it. I'm sorry. So what schoolwork are you doing over this summer?
Well, I'm doing, as you said, Algebra 1 in a beautiful place called Mathnasium. Anyways, I get some free stuff like food. Like after, like they do like summer days, they do like challenges, and then you get like punches, then you get a toy or food or like slime.
Bribery for doing math.
Yeah, and like you earn it. It's like basically like a currency with them. Like you'll do one math page.
Worksheet?
You do one wob. That's what they call a page, and then you do one PK. Wobs are basically a PK front and back, but on very random stuff that you may not even be working on. Like, you may be working on Algebra 1, and it'll give you a kindergarten wob. Like, they're very random. Anyways, they're 2 points, and PKs are 1 point, and then you got, but with summer, I'm in, like, a jumpstart program, so I don't get punches. Or at least I haven't been to enough meetings to get a punch card. Who cares? And I'm grateful because they give you like lemonade packages. And at times my mom is like busy, with work and stuff, so I have to walk home. So like on the day I had to walk home, they had popsicles. And that really helped me with my walk home.
That does.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you could be paired with someone random sitting right next to you and make a new friend. So yeah.
Yeah. I totally get that mathnasium. I once had an experience, the Kumon Math Center. My parents had wanted to sign me up for it. Now, this was in the summer. I was 9. Or I was 10. I was going to go on to, I don't know. I was 10. I was younger than I am now, which isn't that hard. But basically, I was doing an acting camp. Or, I don't know. I was doing a musical camp, kids acting. Because I was a mini theater kid as a child. Anyway, there was a Kumon Center right next to the place. So my parents had been like, you know what, we're going to get an assessment test for you, and we're going to sign you up for Kumon. And I was like, okay, because the kids in my class who do Kumon are, like, very intelligent. Don't tell them I said that, though. But I was like, that sounds all right. So we go there. Their AC is broken. Now, the people there are, like, the sweetest people I've genuinely ever met in my life. But then they give me, like, this test. And at the time, don't blame me, but yeah, I can do pretty hard problems, but yeah, I still need to count with my fingers, or I did have to count with my fingers. I now can do it. I can do complex things, but I needed to count with my fingers, and they somehow said something against that. They were like, you need to learn the right way.
I spent an entire week at Mathnasium for hours on it. There's only 1 hour sessions. The lady got frustrated with me, and she was like, it's only 1 hour sessions. Why are you here so much? What do you mean your mom can't pick you up? So you just walk home, or you do more work until then? And I spent an entire week, I was on end, working on a midterm in the summer.
And you're going into 8th grade. Why are we doing so much work? Like, I understand if we're going into, like, college or we're going into, like, senior year of high school. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or, like
I'm going
transition
into
to high school.
Grade. I'm going into 7th grade. Mm-hmm. You're going into 8th. Mm-hmm. I don't see what... 7th grade is, like, my teachers have even said it themselves. It's just a repeat of 6th grade, but slightly higher. And I was like, okay.
Then what's 8th grade?
Then what? 8th grade is like totally new stuff because, yeah, and you're expected to know it all.
Yeah, like, it's absolutely insane. Anyways, this may sound like a crazy question.
Do tell.
Do you ever miss school?
Okay, so, I miss having something to do. I don't, actually. I like having nothing to do. So obviously I miss my friends. The only thing that's keeping me alive is, calling them and chatting with them for like 2 hours straight. The subjects and the teachers and 1 or 2 of the guys, not so much. And, like some of the teachers, I get it. They're trying their hardest and all that. I like a lot of my teachers, but the problem is, for me, I needed this break. This break was good for me. I needed that mental reset. So, I do miss some stuff, but what about you?
Nope.
My favorite part of school is the last week of school. Because everything's so free, so carefree, and you're doing, like, Kahoots.
Yeah, and like no teachers have absolutely no care in the world. And like
I don't know what school you go to, but that sounds nice because I
only
have
on
1
the
or 2
last
teachers
week.
that are like, you know what, we're still gonna do
still
work.
in school. Please, everyone, please stay.
I feel really bad.
Yeah,
I'm bashing my
like all the
teachers.
kids are like, school's out.
Okay, so
And as I was saying, my theater, like the teachers have no care in the world, and my theater teacher, he was like awesome. He was the new one.
oh yeah, you told me about him.
He gave me an all-day pass to just come in his class and do Just Dance. Yeah.
He's a real
And
one.
I have an enemy in school. We'll give him a nickname.
Matt.
Yeah, sure. Matt. Not a real person. It's just a nickname for him. And he was like, I stayed up all night, the night before the last day of school, practicing the Just Dance dance for Rasputin.
Okay,
This
that is so
Russian
real.
song
No,
goes,
that is real.
Rasputin. and I was like, I wanted to perform it at theater class because
why
theater
not?
kid here. Because why not?
Carly, really?
What?
I've always wanted to be a theater kid. I just don't have the singing in me. I don't have the vocals.
I got the vocals of Ariana Grande. Anywho, and like he was like he's in that he's in 5 of my classes.
Hey, the kids I don't like are in all of my classes. Small school.
Anywho, and like he was like when he saw it and I was like I'm gonna do it. I was in a little corner surrounded by girls talking doing
Yeah.
stuff, and I had this little corner and I was like. And he was like, no one's gonna get through the whole song. So he went to playing dumb games with his friends. So I was like almost done with the song, and his friend was like, dude, she did it. And he was like, he got mad. His face was red, and he was like. You mentioned that you miss your friends over summer. How do things change for you with your friends over the summer?
Okay, so I go to an international school, so there's kids from all over the world.
Oh.
Meaning a lot of them are traveling to go see their family and whatnot. And me and my best friend aren't traveling over the summer. Okay, actually. My best friend is. She's actually in Canada right now, but for a very small period of time. My other one is going to weddings the entire summer. But while my best friend was here and going to be here, I had a sleepover with her once or twice. But my problem was she was 45 minutes away. That's like an hour. And I'm like, girl, how do you get to school every day? But, I feel like she's the only person, she and my other best friend are the only 2 people I can not get sick of. And, it's just nice to have them. And because by the end of the year, everyone's sick of each other. It's like, why am I still talking to you? So yeah, how are you keeping in touch with your friends?
My friend Coralie lives 10 houses down, and she's been traveling. She's going to places in New Mexico, I believe. Anyways, in a national park called White Sands, wherever that may be. And she like, is constantly asking, hey, can we hang out? Hey, can we hang out? Can we hang out? Don't tell her I said this, but she's kind of like a golden retriever as a human. She's like, hi, friend. Can we go over to your place today?
Eye twitching.
Yeah, she's just like, I've been so bored. And she's
Girl, I've seen you like 2 hours ago.
literally, like 2 hours after she leaves. Can I come to your house?
It's just you have no meeting over the summer.
You mentioned earlier that you like to write. How much have you been writing over the summer?
So I really love to write. Yeah, as you said. But during school, I might get a great idea during like math class. So I write the idea down, but there's like no world building, no narrative. It's very loose. Over the summer though, I have like this entire notebook that I actually brought with me, but it's full of like, it's chock full of like all my world building. And writing a book takes so much time. I'm not even like a third of the way through. I haven't even started writing yet, and I've been working on it a little bit over the summer. So it's been like a week and a half. So I think that summer's a really good time to write. Yeah, you've got all this free time. I'm actually going to a writing camp right now. That's where I came from. That's why I'm dressed so casually. But yeah, I spend like the first morning of my day just, with my friends. We're writing, and we get like the people there are actual writers. I have to go through all the world building process, so I have to make sure what are the magical rules of this place? What are the noble houses? How are people raised? How is the difference between people raised? Because like based on their status. So I just have so much fun with this. So, for you, what is the absolute best thing about the summer?
For me, the absolute best thing about summer is hanging out with my friends, crocheting for hours on end till my fingers are all worn out, and then I'm just like, and then I just have phantom crocheting, and I'm just like all day without anything in my hand, and I'm just like, and like I've completed a few things, and now I'm working on a cup of boba.
That's really real.
Yeah, and then I like going to the pool a lot, and the best thing about the pool is they have high dives. I call them jumpers and fallers, because sometimes I'll jump off, and other times I'll just ragdoll off. I'll just, whee! Yeah. And, well, what about you? What is your best thing about summer?
Okay, my favorite thing about summer is during the week, or, during actual school, I actually don't get much time to listen to music. And my parents, they're going to say, like, lies. She listens to music all the time. And I do. But I don't have, like, as much time as I do in the summer. So for me, summer is a great time to, like, explore new music. And I had been, like, listening to, like, some music artists off and on. But summer really got me some time to, like, okay, I'm going to actually listen to these artists. Yeah, music is my life, even though I can't sing to save my life. I can act, though. I can act.
Anyways, as you think about heading back to school, what is the thing that you're looking forward to the most or dreading the most?
Okay. So in middle school, for us, we have a math test the first day we get back to school. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be the same with this teacher, but I do know that's what I'm dreading a lot. I want to dye my hair. My parents are are pretty chill. They're thinking about it, which is good. They're thinking about it.
My parents
and I want to get the tips pink, and we're going to go see the hairdresser on Wednesday. on Wednesday.
My mom is like contemplating it. She doesn't want any. She was like thinking, like the 1 day temporary hair dye. But I was like, I would actually like something a bit more permanent.
Because
Please,
I know people are like,
but life giver. Please, may I have something more colorful and more permanent?
because like
And my sister was like, "Oh my God, please don't do it. You're gonna like be 50 and having hay for hair with how damaged it's gonna be." And I'm gonna be like, it doesn't dye the hair that is in yours. But it doesn't dye the hair.
in your scalp.
Yeah, it doesn't
maybe it
dye
does.
the non-existent hair.
Yes.
But yeah, it'll take a lot longer for
And
it
because
to
you're not
come
doing
out. And like, if I'm not doing my roots, it won't take as long for it to come out. If I just do, like
the tips, it's gonna
just
come
like
out.
this much.
Especially with how much you swim, it's
like,
gonna come out really easily.
when like
With the
even if I
Pauline.
did my roots and top, it'll come out virgin hair, like undyed, untouched.
The Holy
Like
Mary.
it'll still come out like not damaged. It'll come out new hair, just like as if you'd never dyed it before. And if I dyed just half of my head, or just
half of the head.
Just
I can
half
just
of-
picture that now.
just
Like a bowl cut.
or like
because the rest of it is just pink and it's like here. No, like imagine if like my hair looks like the natural hair is a bowl cut and the rest of it is just so perfectly pink.
black, or just like like that, and just black.
It'll blend with my soul.
And it'll come out. And if I dye half or just the tips,
It'll eventually come out.
I can cut it off if it doesn't
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah, like I think
If it doesn't suit me, just
chop,
I
chop,
can pull
chop,
off
chop,
a bob.
chop.
I can pull off a bob.
You can do it better than me. I had a bob when I was 6.
Yeah, I can pull off a bob.
Yeah, like I want to dye my hair. Like I feel like, when you're younger, and I say younger very loosely, I am 12. I'm not old or anything. But like when I was 6, I wanted to dye my hair. Obviously, my parents said, "No way, Jose. No way."
Jose?
Who's Jose? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So we have a few weeks left before we go to school. Any advice for all the other kids to get the most out of their summertime? Because I know I need advice.
Don't count how many months or weeks
Are left.
are left or are in summer, because then it'll feel much shorter. Anyways, so think of it like this. When I say, if you know how many days are in summer, it's going to feel shorter than if you didn't, or if you, said how many, hours. Weeks then days, months then weeks,
Are you looking forward to any music?
Huh?
Are you looking forward to any music? Because I know there's going to be a lot of new music. Sabrina Carpenter, Alex Warren's new album came out today.
Oh.
Conan Gray is coming out with a new album. Laufey, I'm not sure if that's how I pronounce it correctly. She's also coming out. So, you excited?
I am. And, so, as I was saying,
Sorry, I interrupted
it's no
you.
problem.
That was not nice of me.
Anyway, so what I say is this is, well, it may not be like this for everyone, but when I get a 5-minute break, I say it's
I count that.
10,000, it's like 5 million seconds. Just a random estimate. I know it's probably not. But, it's a lot of seconds, so it feels longer if you get a 5 million second break than a 5-minute break. Or if you get 1 hour, it feels longer if you say you have a 60-minute break. Because it feels longer because you're I have 60 minutes. This is going to go by chill.
This is going to go by well. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Don't count up, which is a problem for me because I count down everything. If it's when homework's due, when the hour's going to be done, when math class is going to be done, that always seems to take longer or take shorter or long. I don't know. When you want something to end, it will end so much more fast. So fast. You will get to if you want to leave math class in 2 minutes, that 2 minutes is going to feel like 2 hours. But if you don't want to leave, it's like, if you don't want to leave math class, it's 2 hours is going to feel like 2 minutes. It's just, enjoy.
Yeah. Anywho, so, man, I think, speaking of like going longer, time flies when you're having fun, and we're probably out of time.
Limit, yeah.
We have gone over everything that we have to do, but we haven't gone over our science fact or fun joke, and today I have a fun joke because I forgot to search up a science fact.
You probably should not have said that.
I like it. I want.
Okay.
I'm
What is
proud
the
of
joke?
not searching it up. Anywho, so I have a few. You've heard them. So 1, 2, or 3. You choose because it's very hard to choose. 1, 2, or 3.
Tres.
Tres. Okay. What do you call a mom cow that just gave birth? This one's a knee slapper.
I know this one.
You know this one, but this one is a knee slapper. Decaffeinated. Thank you all for listening. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of Life as Girls, be sure to write a review and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And a big thank you to our sponsor, the Girl Scouts of Central Texas. You can learn more about them at www.gsctx.org. If you are interested in sponsoring this podcast, or if you have a topic you'd like for us to talk about, email us at communications@gsctx.org. See you next time.